Hello and welcome to Class 9 History online video lectures. Dear children, in today's class, we are going to learn about the chapter called Reformation. Reformation you will find in chapter 12, and before we begin with the chapter, let us just look at the syllabus that is prescribed to us. From the Reformation chapter, you have to study only 3 things. The first one is meaning of Reformation. What do you mean by Reformation? Meaning of Reformation. Second, you have to study dissatisfaction with the practices of the Catholic Church. That was one of the main causes or the reasons for Reformation. Dissatisfaction with the Catholic Church. And the third one is counter-reformation, which is meaning only. The third topic will be meaning of counter-reformation. So in your textbooks, I know you have a lot of topics, but you will have to just cancel them out and study only these 3 things. So let us begin with chapter 12, that is called Reformation. Let me just read out to you what is Reformation. In 16th century Europe, a reform movement arose which aimed at cleansing the Roman Catholic Church of its evils. So we are concentrating on which continent? Europe. Which year? 16th century. Right now it's 21st century. So you can minus 21, minus 16. We are dating back so many thousand years ago. A kind of movement, change, reform came in Europe. And what was this change all about? The change was regarding the cleansing. Cleansing meaning cleaning up, all right, purging of the Roman Catholic Church from its evils, which means there were certain bad elements, negative elements, evil elements which existed in the Roman Catholic Church. And when you want to cleanse it, when you want to clean it, don't you clean up your homes also? Don't we swap the floors or we dust, isn't it, the house? Why? Because we want to do away with all the germs. We want to do away with all the dust. Similarly, even in Europe, this movement which aims at cleansing the Roman Catholic Church from its evils is known as the Reformation or the Reform movement. The movement has a huge impact because of its revolutionized or brought a radical change in the lives of people of Europe. But what was the effect? What is the effect of having clean homes? What happens when you clean your house every day, keep things neat and clean, organized? It will have an effect on you. You will also become clean, healthy and organized. But if your surrounding is full of garbage, your house is unclean, your house is full of dirt, it's full of germs, that will have an effect on you as well, especially the impact on your health. Here, what happened was that when these changes came in Europe, then it changed the lives of individuals in European society. Then this reform movement is known as Reformation. So this change is known as Reformation. Now let us look at the meaning of Reformation. The dictionary defines the word Reformation as improvement. Reform means to improve, to become better of an individual in an institution by removing its defects, its faults, and in the context of Europe, Reformation means the movement which was led by Martin Luther of Germany in the 16th century against the evils of the Roman Catholic Church. So what we see over here is that while dealing with Reformation, what we find is Martin Luther King, all right? he was a German, and in the 16th century, he also realized that certain cleansing activities have to take place. Roman Catholic Church has to be stripped of all its evils, and thus started this whole process of Reformation. Then, it resulted in the division of the church into two religious orders. Orders meaning branch, group. Two groups started coming up. One was the Roman Catholic and the other one was the Protestants. Reformation was also referred to as the Protestant movement because it protested against evil like the dogmas, indulgences, and all forms of corruption in the Roman Catholic Church. So what we see here is that the Roman Catholic Church and the Protestants, it resulted in the division of the church. Now there were two groups. One was the Orthodox, that is the Roman Catholic, all right, and the second one who wanted change, who wanted new things, reform, they were known as the Protestants. Why Protestants? Because they protested against all the evils. Now, when we are referring to evils again and again, what do we exactly mean by an evil? Evil refers to, see, dogmas. In your textbook, you will see the meaning of dogmas written over there. Dogmas are certain set of principles laid down by an authority as inconvertibly true. These do not have any logic or they do not have any reasoning, but because it is being sort of ordered by an authoritative person, by an authoritative individual, people are bound to follow those set of principles. And those principles do not have any logic behind it. So that is why we consider the dogmas as one of the evil, indulgences, and all forms of corruption. Later we will learn what kind of corruption was there in the Roman Catholic Church. Now, so we have understood the meaning of Reformation. Let us now go to the second topic. The second topic will be the evils of the Roman Catholic Church. Now, I was just telling you all about the causes or the reasons for Reformation. You will find so many reasons in your textbook. There are plenty. But the one that you are supposed to study will be only the corruption in the Roman Catholic Church. So let's begin with the causes of the Reformation. There were numerous causes that led to the Reformation. The main causes of the Reformation were the following. Look at the first one. Power and supremacy of the Roman Catholic Church. When somebody has a power, right, you must know how to use the power. But if somebody misuses it, then the others will have a problem. So here, what were the powers of the church? Before Reformation, the Roman Catholic Church was supreme religious body, which means in Europe, almost everybody, every family, every household was a Roman Catholic family. Then the Christians in Central and Western Europe. The Pope was the head of the Catholic Church. We have religious priests. Every sect, every religion has their own religious head. Similarly, in Christianity, the religious head was known as the Pope. Now, we know the Pope stays in Vatican, isn't it? And the Pope was regarded as the religious head of the Catholics all over the world. The Roman Catholic Church became very powerful and then began to dominate not only the religious but also socio-economic life of the common people in the following ways. Slowly and steadily, this religious institution became so powerful that it started controlling not only the religious life but social life, economic life of all individuals. How did it do so? Let us see one by one. The church imposed absolute and unquestionable obedience to the church and the Pope on the common people. Any statement or criticism against the church or the Pope was considered as a serious offense. Look how they controlled it. Everyone had to go to the church. Everyone had to listen to the orders of the Pope. And in case anybody tried to criticize the Pope, anybody tried to differ with the ideas of the church, anybody had a different opinion regarding religion, that person was severely punished. So it was a crime to talk anything against the church. An example is given here of Galileo. Galileo, who invented the telescope, right? He had a scientific bent of mind. He used reason. He used logic. He was not like the other common people who believed whatever the church told him. But what happened to Galileo? Galileo faced the wrath meaning anger of the church for his scientific ideas. Today we might have heavy rainfall, but we are not going to say that God is angry and that is why we had a rainfall. There might be various geographical and natural reasons behind it. Today, if there is an earthquake, we don't say that there's a dragon underneath. That's why the dragon is moving and then we have an earthquake. But we have again various, reasons and causes for this natural phenomena. But here what happened is that when Galileo tried, to experience or experiment his logic and scientific reasoning, many times the church came heavily down on him. The Pope, who was regarded as God's representation on earth, began to interfere in the political and administrative affairs. He started controlling the king. He started controlling the ministers of the state, and as a result, the European monarchs were afraid to go against the church or the Pope. So instead of minding his own religious affairs, or instead of looking at only his department or his state of affairs, the Pope now started meddling into administrative affairs also. And so much so now the monarchs also came below the church, below the Pope. The third thing is, the church owned vast amounts of landed property and imposed taxes. Now a king is the head of the state. The king can issue certain laws like that. But the Pope here now started taxing the people. The church started amassing huge amounts of property. A lot of land were taken in the name of the church, and the people of Europe gradually became, what was the result of this? Discontented. Discontented meaning dissatisfied, and began to find ways of protesting against the undue interference of the church in their lives. The corruption in the church. As the church and its members, priests, cardinals, bishops, now these are the people who belong, when we are talking about the church, when we refer to the church, these are the people whom we are talking about. The priests, the cardinals, the bishops, the archbishops began to grow in power. They had money, they had all power, people had to listen to them. If they don't listen, then it was treated as an offense. Then power, influence and wealth, evil practices crept in. The members became corrupt. They started taking bribes. Wealth also induced them to lead a life of luxury. Just the opposite of what they were preaching. They used to preach, we have to lead a simple life and we have to be scared of God. Don't indulge in all kinds of luxuries. But this is exactly what they were doing. But apparently, they were symbols of spiritualism and simplicity. So just the opposite, contradicting all the theories, all the sermons. Now the church had become absolutely corrupt. That is why we are referring to evils of Roman Catholic Church again and again. To remove these evils, then the movement which was started by Martin Luther is known as Reformation. So today we will do till here, because in the next session we just have a very short topic on Counter-Reformation. Thank you for watching.